doctor gonna write? Together we will fight.
The PFL officially announces Road to Dubai Champions Series rematch between Paul Hughes and Usman Nurmagomedov for the lightweight world title. Friday, October 3rd at the Coca-Cola Arena in Dubai. Usman Nurmagomedov won a decision in a very close first fight. Obviously, Paul Hughes feels he won that fight. Paul Hughes says, time to right the wrongs. Some people don't want this fight in Dubai. They want it in a neutral location. They feel it favors Usman Nurmagomedov, it being in Dubai. The first fight was in Dubai. If Usman won the first time, it's because they were in Dubai. Paul clearly won the first fight. Do not involve Dubai judges into this. Regarding the rematch, Paul Hughes says he tried everything to stop this rematch from happening. Now his days are numbered. I'll see you in Dubai. Talking about Usman Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov's manager didn't take kindly to those remarks and says it's embarrassing that you've built a name off losing to other men. I didn't even think you deserved a rematch, but Usman made the call. He told me you're the one. He wants to smash because you can't stop running your mouth. Now that he's beaten you, nobody's ever going to mention your name again. You brought this on yourself. Paul Hughes says, time will tell, Dolphin Head. He got lucky with the head clash last time. This time, he isn't making it out of round 3. Nurmagomedov versus Hughes, the main event. The co-main event is Corey Anderson versus Davletan Yagshimuradov. That's for the light heavyweight title. It's a rematch. They fought in 2021. Anderson won that fight via ground and pound. But since that time, Yagshimuradov has won 7 in a row. Also on the card, the GOAT returns. Artem Lobov taking on Zubair Tukhugov in a catchweight, 165 pounds. They were supposed to fight in 2018 in the UFC. It didn't happen, but now the PFL makes it happen. Friday, October 3rd in Dubai. This is some interesting matchmaking that the UFC has done. Patchy Mix will be taking on Jakub Viklic. Viklic is making his UFC debut. He's a former KSW bantamweight champion, so it's a former KSW champ taking on a former Bellator champ. Jakub Viklic has a 16-3-2 record. He's 28 years old. Most of his victories come via submission. Of his 16 wins, 10 of them have come by submission, and 6 of them have come by decision. He's never had a TKO or KO victory. So 10 subs. Subs is also what Patchy Mix does best. Taking guys down, taking their back, and getting the rear naked choke. This fight takes place at UFC 320, Saturday, October 4th. That's a card that's headlined by Pereira versus Ankalaev, and the co-main event is Corey Sandhagen versus Merab for the bantamweight title, and this is a bantamweight fight. We'll see how Jakub does in his UFC debut. The UFC debut of Patchy Mix was a very underwhelming one, considering how much hype he had going into the organization and how much hype he was hyping himself up with leading up to the fight, but he fell flat against Mario Batista, who performed well, and as a result, he's probably getting a shot at the number 2 contender, Umar Nurmagomedov, in the main event at UFC Fight Night Vancouver, British Columbia on October 18th, a couple weeks after this fight, with Patchy Mix and Jakub Viklic. Mike Perry versus Jeremy Stevens, billed as the King of Violence fight in BKFC 82 in Newark, New Jersey. That's the New Jersey debut for BKFC. That's on October 4th. Tickets on sale August 18th. That's when the pre-sale begins. Full on sale on August 19th. NBA player Kristaps Porzingis has interest in doing MMA. He's 7'2", 240 pounds, 30 years old, but he would do it post-basketball. Porzingis says, I'm saving up to start an MMA career after the NBA. He also adds, I've also tried my hand at MMA, but I promised one of the clubs I represented that I would not do it during my career, talking about his basketball career. The most common comment from fans is questioning his durability and his injury proneness. He can't even stay healthy in the league. He may legit die in the UFC. Bro can't even be healthy on the court. Imagine him fighting Pereira. One leg kick and all his tendons will explode. UFC fighter Uros Medic says, that's exactly what I've been doing while fighting, saving up for the NBA afterwards. Bro can't even walk down a flight of stairs without injuring something, and he's going to fight professionally. Is he going to pretend to be injured there too?
This guy, you made my Tuesday. There's no way you were going to be in the middle. 7 first-round knockouts in under 4 minutes. You only have 2 fights that have gone longer than 3 minutes. You took this on a week's notice. You're 24 years old, and you are an absolute killer. I love everything about you. I'm already talking. Mick's already going to put you in the UFC, like, soon. So hopefully you don't have any little injuries or anything like that, because we're going to be seeing you very soon. And let me tell you what, I haven't been this excited about a guy in a very long time. I have very high hopes for you. Welcome to the UFC, and thank you for saving episode 1 of the Contender Series.
Bison Garcia Sukaya, welcome to the UFC.
And it's crazy, that fighter, Beisunger, won on the Contender Series on Tuesday, and he's fighting 4 days later this Saturday against Eric Nolan. They just put that fight together just very quickly, and he's making his debut just 4 days after getting his UFC contract on fighting on the Contender Series. Eric Nolan, his opponent, is 8-3-0. I guess Beisunger would be a big favorite here. Dana White is very high on him. I guess they put this matchup together because UFC 319 on Saturday lost this fight. King Green versus Diego Ferreira. King Green has an undisclosed injury, so this lightweight fight is off. So the card loses one fight, but there's no shortage of fights on the card. There's still 14 fights on the card on Saturday. Obviously, the main event's a great one. The co-main event is really good too. I thought Lerone Murphy would be a slight favorite over Pico, but it's the other way around. Pico's a slight favorite there. The card also has a good striking matchup between Jeff Neal and Carlos Prates, and another striking matchup at 185. Jared Cannonier versus Michael Venom Page. Cannonier is going to look to knock Page out by chasing him down and landing a big shot, while Page is probably going to dance around the outside and pepper Cannonier with punches and kicks.
Yes, my name is Bison Garcia. This week I fought in Dana White Contender Series. Dana gave me contract. Now I will fight 319 UFC in Chicago. Let's go.
Still training, getting the farm sorted. Loving that farm life. But yeah, a little update. We're training hard. We will be ready for UFC Perth. Whether or not we get an opponent, we'll see. But we're pushing. To be honest, I feel like I'm there in terms of getting a good opponent, a ranked opponent potentially. I honestly don't care who I fight. I'm just trying to be as active as possible. I would love to get 4 fights this year. And ideally, the 3rd fight will be in Perth. And then we have plenty of time afterwards. But we'll see where everything ends up. Still waiting on word from the UFC. But as soon as I know what the go is, I will keep everyone updated, and fighting or not, I'll see you all in Perth.
In the cage, I'm ready to strike, feel the fire. Training hard, finds my life, take it higher. Check me a prize, that's made in the ring. Warrior spirit, this is what I bring. Cut your roots, meet the pop flow. Passionate heart, feel the energy glow. Across the globe, make it known in the octagon. I've carved my own